Everybody, David here, back with another live stream. So, hope everyone's having a good Sunday. We are going to get started shortly. I started just a little bit early, just to allow some people to get in. We should be starting at 7. So I'm going to start. Doing a timer. I'll start having the timer go. That way, I can start like 10 minutes early, and we can just kind of talk a little bit before the show, and then start the show right at 7, but I can make sure that everybody gets in here. Usually there's a little bit of lag time when it comes to sending out notifications. They don't send them out all right away. Sometimes they kind of stagger them. I don't know exactly how it all works when it comes to YouTube and the algorithm, but for whatever reason it doesn't always send you the notifications right away. So that's usually, and I can see it too, because I can see the people coming in. They don't come in all at one time. They come in a little bit, and then they'll come a little bit more, and then a little bit more. So that kind of gives me the idea of that maybe they're sending out notifications at that time. That's why more and more people are coming in. So hopefully everybody's doing well. I have a couple of things we're going to talk about today, and we're going to talk about the non-filer. So there's information about the non-filer, so we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about the Democratic leadership. We'll be having a conference call tomorrow. So that's some pretty good information, pretty good news when it comes down to, at least they're not going to be talking about the stimulus package, but they're going to be talking about the funding for the Postal Service, which is part of the HEROES Act. So it is part of the stimulus package. And that might allow for some more movement when it comes to, that kind of gets people interested in getting together and meeting and trying to hash out a deal. So if the Democrats have always wanted to put everything together, but there could be a situation where they might want to just go alone with the Postal Service funding and then address some of the other stuff later, which is not ideal. That's not what I want to see, because that means that they can just kind of push that can or kick that can down the road a little longer, which I don't want to happen. I want everything to be done the same time. That way we know that all the stuff will be, we hope that all the stuff will be addressed. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get started in I'd say about 2 minutes. And so thank you guys all for stopping by. I really appreciate all the support. And if you guys don't know, we have something new. We have members now. So you can become a member of the Travel Explore Click family. And all you need to do is, there should be links that are coming up. Streamlabs should be showing some links there to join. So if you just look, you'll see it says Streamlabs in the chat, and they'll be giving links to join you don't even have to hit the link. What am I saying? So you can either click that link in the chat, or there's a little white and blue button that you can probably see in the corner here, the right corner of the screen, and that's how you become a member. So just click on there. Now, if you are in a situation where things are tough, you don't have extra money to pay a monthly fee or anything like that to become a member, then please don't do that. What members get is, if you can see, there's some members already, they show up in green, and then they have their little badge. Okay, so that's a bronze badge. The longer that they stay on as a member, then their badge will change colors. So it will go from bronze to silver to gold to platinum to sapphire. I had to put sapphire in there because if you guys know anything about credit cards, Chase Sapphire Reserve is my favorite credit card. And so I had to put sapphire in there, and then emerald. So if you're the longest member here, we'll have an emerald badge. Then you also get custom emojis. So you've probably seen some custom emojis come through. So if you see that, then you'll be like, well, where'd they get that emoji from? Well, you have to be a member in order to get that. So something fun, something new. So I'm going to try that out. Hopefully you guys appreciate that. And let me get off that screen. Okay. And the other thing, whoop, I didn't want to do that. The other thing we want to talk about is the Discord. We need to talk about the Discord. So join the Discord. So we will be doing a giveaway at the end of this live stream. So once I leave this live stream, I usually give it until about 9 o'clock. So I'll be here I'll be here until 8. But then when we go to the Discord, I'll put a time limit on it, and I'll tell you guys right now. But I'll say between this time and 9 p.m. I know West Coast time. I know it's a little late on the East Coast, but I'll let you guys know that I'll be going in the room. And if you have to have Cash App. So if you have Cash App, then you can win $50. So we'll be doing that. We're coming down to the last little. I don't think we have much money left. Let's see. So for those of you who don't know, I've been giving away my stimulus check. So the first stimulus check, $1,200, I loaded it up on my Cash App, and I am slowly giving away that money, $50 a piece, or $50 a pop, or whatever you want to say. We're down to $200, so I've already given away $1,000. So we have $200 left. That's 4 more winners. Now, if anyone donates to my Cash App, all that money is going to go towards the giveaway too. So it'll go, and there have been people who've donated already. So that money's going to the giveaways as well. And we usually do the giveaways in the Discord. Okay, so there'll be a link to the Discord that will also show up on the Streamlabs in the chat. And I guess let me give you guys a link real quick. Oh, we have a new member, Mindy. Thank you very much for becoming a part of the family. Thank you very much. Now, I want to tell you guys this. This membership doesn't have anything to do with what I currently do, okay? So I am still going to do the live streams that I do on the weekends. I'm still going to do daily videos. Nothing will change when it comes to any of that stuff, okay? The members, that's going to be an additional thing that I do. I'm going to do an additional live stream for some of the members, and it'll be a private live stream, but just for them. But I'm still going to do live streams, the regular live streams that I do now. So it's going to be in addition. Okay, the other stuff that we talked about, the badges and stuff like that, that doesn't affect anything as far as the chat. You can still chat and do all that same stuff. Also, the top tier members will have a private Discord. So I'm still going to be in the regular Discord, but I'll have a private Discord for them. So if they have questions and stuff like that, I can answer that through the private Discord. So nothing will change here. I want to make sure you guys understand that. I don't want you to think, oh, he's just going all members and now everybody else gets left out. No, that's not going to be. We're not going to be doing that for sure. Let's see. Let me see here. I was going to pull up this little link real quick. So for the Discord, we'll pull up this link, and I'll post this. Now, it should be that Streamlabs should be showing you guys this as well, this link, but I'm just going to put it in here so you guys can go ahead and go over to the Discord. Join the Discord. Discord is free. It doesn't cost you anything. All you need to do is sign up, and then we'll be over in the stimulus check update room. Okay, it's not hard to find. Once you get in there, you'll see on the left-hand side you'll be able to join. Too Cool, what's going on, brother? He is a member. Thank you very much for being a member, Too Cool. I tried to send you a chat earlier. I don't know if you were able to see it. But I sent you one earlier, just welcoming you to the family. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I think everybody's here. A lot of people are here, so we'll go ahead and get this show on the road. Thank you guys all for stopping by. And what we'll do, okay, there you go, Larry King. I see you. Thank you for being a member. Okay, so. Like I said, today we are going to talk about 2 things, and then we're going to do, I didn't tell you guys, we're going to do a studio tour. I've had so many people, Dalai Lamas, thank you very much for being a member. I've had so many people that have asked me about my setup. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a tour of what I'm looking at when you guys are looking at me. So that's what we'll be doing too at the very, very end. Now, I wanted to have my other camera set up right now on, but for whatever reason, it's not allowing me to do that. or it's allowing me to do it, but it's very, very slow. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to figure that out in the future. But for now, I have to wait to open up this next camera. So you guys are probably like, what is he talking about? But you'll see what I mean when I show you the tour. But like I said, people have asked me, a lot of people have asked me about what camera I use and what it looks like, what my control station looks like, I guess. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll show you guys that. All right, so the first story that we're going to talk about today, so the non-filers. Now, this is really important information. If you are a non-filer, let me just back up so you guys know where we're coming from when it comes to what I'm talking about. So if you guys remember back when the non-filers, the IRS told the non-filers, go ahead, go over to the non-filer section, add information, add your dependents. If you have dependents, you need to add those. That way you'll get the $500 per dependent. Because if you're a non-filer, if you don't file taxes, then they're not going to know if you have dependents or not. And so that's why they opened that up for the non-filers. And so people got on there and they put their information in, but they didn't receive their $500 per dependent pay. And so they got the $1,200 stimulus check, but they didn't get the stimulus check for the $500 per dependent. And so they've corrected that, and they're now sending out the checks. So you should be receiving your checks already. However, not everyone was able to get in there and put their information in because it was a short period. I think it was like 2 days or something that they gave you to put that information in. So because of that, they've now opened it back up. So the IRS has opened it back up, and we'll go over to this section here. So the IRS has opened this back up, and so now you can put that information in. And so before, they were going to make you wait. They were going to make you wait until 2021. So when you do whatever, I guess, file your taxes, and if you're a non-filer, you're not going to file taxes anyway. So I don't know exactly when they were going to roll it out, but it looks like they're rolling it out a lot sooner than they anticipated because the IRS commissioner was in a hearing, congressional hearing, and no, was it congressional? Yeah, no, it wasn't a congressional. It was a Senate hearing, but well, that's congressional. But you get it. I thought it was in the House, but I think it was in the Senate. He was in a hearing in the Senate, and they were kind of grilling him on this whole thing, like, hey, what's going on? How are these people? When are these people going to be able to add their information in so they can get this extra $500? And so it looks like they did hurry it along. And so now you can do it from this point on, from August 15th. So from yesterday, that's when it started. And you have until September 30th. Please don't wait till the last date, because if you know anything when it comes to the IRS portal, they've had a lot of problems. Okay, so don't wait till the last day, because a lot of people are probably going to be waiting till the last day, and there might be some problems with the system. It might go down or what have you. So do it sooner than later. Plus, the sooner you do it, you probably will receive a check sooner or a direct deposit sooner. So something else to think about when it comes down to that. But yeah, I wanted to share that information with you guys. I think it's good that they're at least addressing this and allowing people to get their money, their dependent money. So I think that's a good thing. So let me know down below. Let me know if you've already signed up, and if you've received your $500 already. Let me know too, because that's something that I want to be able to share with other people. So I know there are a few people that have already told me, yeah, I was able to receive my $500. Now, I did a video like last week when they first started sending them out, but I do want to do some follow-up videos just to make sure that they're still sending them and that people are receiving them. So that is the first story. Now, the second story that I want to talk about, the Democrats, the Democratic leadership, basically, they're going to be having a conference call tomorrow. And that conference call is going to be focused on the Postal Service. That's the main focus. But they're looking at the funding. And I know if you watch any news, you're seeing the stuff coming out about the Postal Service right now. Absentee ballots are going to be, they anticipate more people doing absentee. So that is might be an issue when it comes to the Postal Service, and they're doing cuts right now with the Postal Service. Now, this has been something that was mentioned way back. The HEROES Act has it addressed. They have money for the Postal Service in the HEROES Act, and so they've always put that out there as far as the Postal Service needing money. And I've heard Larry Kudlow just a couple of days ago was saying, "What does this have to do with coronavirus, or what does this have to do with the stimulus package?" It does, in my mind, and you guys let me know in the comment section and in the chat. In my mind, it does have something to do with a stimulus package and stimulating the economy and all that. And the way that I look at it, or we can look at it just about the virus as a whole. The way that I look at the whole situation is you're going to have a lot of people that are not going to be comfortable going in and voting. And so they would much rather, and I'm one of them, I usually always, that sounds weird, I always go in and vote. Even if I do have absentee, so I will get an absentee ballot, but I will go to the polls and vote. It's just kind of, I don't know, it just feels better that way. And then you get the little sticker and all that. But anyway, I usually go in to vote. And so this time I will not be going in to vote. This time I will be mailing in my ballot. I'll be doing it early, but there's no reason for me to go and put myself in a situation where, I mean, it's set up for the virus to spread, I guess. I don't know. Just maybe call me paranoid, but you're in a situation where you have thousands of people coming into the same place, going into the same little booths, pushing the same buttons. I'm sure they're going to have people cleaning off the machines every time, but still, if you can avoid it, avoid it. That's the way I look at it. And so in my mind, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go to the polls this time. I'm going to stay home, do my ballot. This will be the first time I've ever done a ballot like this, mail it in. I'm going to mail it in early. I'm not going to wait until the last minute because I want to make sure that it gets there safely. But yeah, so that's been the talk. So that's what they're going to be talking about tomorrow. The Dems will be having their conference call, and they're going to be talking about the funding. $25 billion is what they're looking at. There could be a situation where they create a new bill and just address the Postal Service. So that could be something that happens. I don't know how I feel about that, doing it separate like that. I still want them to put everything together, and that way they can really come to an agreement and have a deal passed. But you know, Congress they only really focus when there's timetables. So this is a timetable, right? The money needs to get to the Postal Service now because people are starting to receive their absentee ballots, and they're going to start sending them in. And so they want to make sure that they have enough funding for the whole process to work smoothly. And so that's the reason why they're really pushing for this. But if they go alone and they do this separate bill, the only problem with that is that they'll address that, but then they won't address the stimulus checks and all the other stuff that would be in a stimulus package. And so that's my only concern. And then you'll have another issue that's going to, because you do have some people like President Trump is not really big on funding the Postal Service right now. He already says this is going to be a disaster when it comes to the absentee voting and all that. Even though he votes absentee himself, he thinks it's going to be a disaster. So he is really not well, he did say that if they come up with if they agree on the other things that they want as far as in this package, stimulus package, then he would be okay with signing off on money to the Postal Service. But it's one of those things where he's kind of using the Postal Service funding to get what he wants in some of the other areas. All politicians do this. This is nothing, out of the ordinary, but that's what it seems like he's doing right now. And that's, like I said, politicians do that. They're going to use different leverage to get different things. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have been doing the same thing. They know that there's a sense of urgency when it comes to stimulus checks in the next stimulus package. and he wants to get that stuff done before election time because he doesn't want people to be upset that they didn't receive any stimulus checks or anything like that. So we'll see where it goes when it comes down to it, but they do have that meeting tomorrow. Now, the Democratic Party will have their party convention this week. So their plan is to come back early. So their plan is to come back to Washington the week after, which is going to be the Republican National Convention. So Republicans are probably not going to be coming back, but the Democrats will at least be coming back to Washington so they can kind of figure out what they're going to do as far as if they're going to go with another bill. Now, the House is the one that's talking about this bill. So this would not originate in the Senate. It would originate in the House. They would go forward with the Postal Service funding. And you never know. They might put some other things in there. They could put stimulus checks in. They could put some other stuff in there. That's possible. But that's the plan, for them to come back early, try to figure something out. The House usually doesn't have a problem getting things through. Like Nancy Pelosi is pretty good about knowing the numbers and being able to get what she needs in a package and getting that through the House. And then it'll go over to the Senate, and then we'll have to see what happens once it gets over there. But that's the talk right now when it comes down to it. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know down below what you guys think about that. Also in the chat, let me know. All right, the next thing I want to talk about, and I didn't have this on my list, but I do want to mention it just because I did a video a couple of days ago about it. Or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. So President Trump put out a tweet on Friday basically saying that he's directing Steven Mnuchin to I am directing Steven Mnuchin to get ready to send stimulus checks to the American people, basically $3,400. You're seeing a lot of YouTube videos that show $3,400 check and all that stuff. Well, he put that out there, and he doesn't have the power to do that, first off. So he can't do it alone, and he knows that. And in the press conference later on that day, he did say that he needs approval from well, he calls it approval from the Democrats, which in reality he just needs approval from Congress. So both Democrats and Republicans. And the reason that I say that is because not all Republicans are for another stimulus check. They're not. So he is making it sound like it's just the Democrats that are not for stimulus checks, which is amazing because the Democrats are for stimulus checks, and they're for larger stimulus checks. You know, the funny thing is, and I don't want to get too much into the politics. I know I talk about, I try to see both sides when it comes down to it. But it's funny because President Trump, or I won't even say it's funny. It's sad because President Trump said that he wants his stimulus check to be larger than what the Democrats want. And then he tweets this out saying $3,400 for a family of four. And so when you do the numbers, $3,400 for a family of four, let's think about it. $1,200 for the husband, $1,200 for the wife, $500 for one dependent, $500 for another dependent. There's your money right there. There's your $3,400. That is less than what the Democrats were asking for in the HEROES Act, because the Democrats were asking for $1,200 for an individual, for the husband, $1,200 for the wife, $1,200 for one dependent, and then $1,200 for the next dependent. So a family of four would have received $4,800. And so a lot more, right? So it's interesting that President Trump would tweet this out because this is nowhere near larger than what the Democrats want. And this is one of those situations where if I created the HEROES Act, if I was on that side, Nancy Pelosi, I would be putting that out there. Well, the president said he wanted it to be larger, and it's clearly not larger than what the Democrats want. So just something to understand and know when it comes down to it. The president is saying that the Democrats don't want to do anything. They don't want to send these stimulus checks to the American people, when in reality, yes, they do want to send stimulus checks to the American people, and they want to send more money to the American people. So just something to note there, okay? And on the other side, with the senators, the Republican senators, there's 15 to 20 Republican senators, and this is Mitch McConnell saying this, that don't want another stimulus package at all. So they are against stimulus checks. They're against anything stimulus related at this point. So the only people right now that are openly saying they're against stimulus checks are on the Republican side when it comes to the Senate. So just something to note there. I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, the president does not have the power alone to do this. He doesn't have the power at all to do this. The only thing he has the power to do is to sign off on it once it's done. All right, Andre and Andrea, thank you guys very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Is the president playing a shell game for future votes? That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, think about this. Like he's putting this stuff out, and he didn't just do that. Put that tweet out. He put a tweet out about the PPP. He also put another tweet out. I can't even remember offhand. If you guys remember, remind me in the chat. But so he's putting out the tweets. Oh, it was about the eviction moratorium, because now they realize, like he calls this eviction moratorium, this executive order eviction moratorium. It's not an eviction moratorium. All it is an eviction assistance program where they're just saying, and it's not a new program, it's what the old program, it's just telling you, hey, if you guys can look in, so it's talking to the cabinet, oh God, I can't remember the name of it, Housing and Urban Development Director. So he's asking him to look into this information, look into future funding, and if you can find future funding, or not future funding, if you can find funding that's already available, funnel that through to people who are struggling and might be evicted. David, thank you very much for the super chat. Will we get hazard pay? I want it. I hope we get hazard pay. I don't know. They're not bringing this up in the conversation. So Nancy Pelosi just had a press conference on Thursday. She laid out some of the differences that they had, and hazard pay was not on there, which I guess is good because it's not one of the differences that they had, but you don't hear them talking about it. You don't hear them talking about it at all. So we'll just have to see where it goes. My little thing just dropped out. So I hope you guys are still there. It's showing my viewers as nobody here. I don't know why that is. I see stuff in the chat. So let me know if you guys are all still able to see me and everything, because everything just dropped off. I guess I started talking about Trump and they just shut me down. I don't know. Yeah, so let me know if you guys can still see me, hear me, and everything is still going. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like everything is there, so we'll continue. Oh, yeah, okay, there. It just corrected itself. Like so for those of you who don't know, there's a little, like a meter that goes up and then it'll kind of level off, so you can kind of see. I can see it in my peripheral when I'm talking, and then I just saw it just dropped off. And usually when it drops off, that means that I'm not online anymore. So, all right, good. Thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Everybody's chiming in now. So it will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see about hazard pay. I'm hoping that hazard pay is in there. It's the right thing. I don't think, and this is my opinion, purely my opinion, and I'm only saying this because I have not heard too many Republicans talk about hazard pay. So as being something that they're interested in compromising with or having in this bill, but I have not heard them talk about it. The only thing that I've heard them talk about is the fact that this executive order, the payroll funding or the payroll deferral, that will help people who have been working, the heroes or the hazard, people who've been working, the essential workers, I think is what they would say. So that, if you want to look at it that way, you can look at it that way. Maybe that's what their plan is. This is how we're going to help the essential workers by allowing them to get a deferral, a loan. Understand it, it's a loan, okay? Right now it's a loan. It still needs to be forgiven. Congress has to forgive it. So if you're looking at what's going on right now, Congress can't even get along to sign off on another stimulus package. Just understand they're going to have to sign off on forgiving this 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 payroll deferral. So it's one of those things. I don't want it. Like, I don't want to touch it. Some businesses aren't going to touch it because they have to end up paying it back. Basically, they're withholding the money, the payroll tax. That's what they normally do, withhold it, and then they send it to the federal government. But the federal government, the executive order will be telling them to go ahead and just release it, allow your employees to get this money, and then at the end of this whole situation, then it will be forgiven. But like I said, Congress has to do that. The president has been putting out information saying that he is going to do this after he gets elected. That's not true. He can't do it. He doesn't have the power to do it. Stephen Mnuchin just came on a few days ago and said that the president, pretty much said that it's going to have to go through Congress. The president will push Congress to forgive this. So just I don't know how you guys feel about Congress right now, but I would think that a lot of people are upset with what's going on in Congress. And so, yeah, you can kind of figure that out if you want to trust that. If I were you and you're one of the people where your employer is allowing you to get this additional funding, which is like 6.2%, so your check would increase by 6.2%. If you are getting this extra money, I would not spend it all at once, or I would say put some aside, because there could be a situation where if it doesn't get forgiven, because this is what could potentially happen. You could be in a situation where the president, if he doesn't get reelected, might just say, you know what, I'm not even going to address it. I'm going to leave it up to Joe Biden, and then talk about, because this is the whole thing. If you cut things like that, or if you allow this money to go through, well, then someone has to come in and clean that up. And so President Trump, if he's not reelected, he might not care, and he might just let it go. And Congress will have to figure out a way to get this funding, because it can't come from Social Security. If it comes from Social Security, that's bad news. And so that's initially where it's going to come from. It will come from Social Security, because the money that we pay in our payroll tax goes to Social Security. So if we're not sending that money to Social Security, then guess what? They're not going to receive that money, and we'll get money, but Social Security won't. And then they said, well, and Stephen Mnuchin said this, we'll top it off with the general fund. And that's kind of dangerous, because then now you're talking about a situation where something that's self-funding, something that funds itself, is no longer funding itself. So the payroll tax is no longer going to Social Security, and they're just taking money out of the general fund and putting it in Social Security. That's not the way that it was designed. It was designed for people to put into the system, put money into the system, it goes to Social Security, and then when you retire, then you're able to get that Social Security, get some of that money back. That's the way it's designed, but they're trying to make changes, and that's not a good thing when it comes down to it, especially when you have people a lot of people who rely on that are on fixed income. They rely on that Social Security money. All right. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to check the chat out in a second here. Just want to make sure I've gone through everything that we want to talk about here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we've gone through everything. We will be on tomorrow, so you guys can come back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know it's late for some people, but this is the best time for me to do it. That's why, for those of you guys who don't know, I work a full-time job, and I do this on the side. So, and I'm doing daily videos. So, yeah, just wanted to let you guys know all that. Sometimes I get people in here saying, "Oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, or you didn't put a video out tonight," and stuff like that. Just understand, I'm working. I'm working. A lot of YouTubers, this is not our only job. Like, I mean, we have a regular job, and we do this on the side, and so because of that, we're not always able to get information out as soon as we can. And that's one of the reasons I like live streams, because I can just, if there was something that just happened 10 minutes ago, I can go live and tell you about it. So that's a good thing. So if you guys are here and you have not subscribed to the channel, we have a lot of people in the room right now. Subscribe to the channel because we do live streams on the weekends, and then we'll do a daily video. That way you can get the most updated information. If something happens during the week and I don't have time to do a video, then I'll usually jump on live and just talk about it live. So you guys can hear that. So yes, please go ahead and do that. Please subscribe to the channel. And then our like button. Where's our like button? Here we go. Go ahead and give this video a like, please. Let's get up to, we're almost at 1,000 already. So please hit the like button so we can get to 1,000, at least 1,000. I think we usually get around 1,500. So if you guys can do that, I really appreciate it. And it helps with the YouTube algorithm. It will promote this out to more people so they can see that we're live right now. So what we'll do is we're going to go in the chat. I'm going to answer some questions from the chat. So if you have a question for me, just put @TravelExploreClick or @TEC, and I will answer those questions for you. Thank you guys all for the super chats, I should say. And also, we have membership. So if you guys want to become a member, go ahead and join the membership. Just click on, there's a join button right next to the subscribe button. If you click on that, it will take you over and you guys can become a member. And you see these little badges on the left-hand side here. These are the badges that you will get when you become a member. Plus you'll get custom emojis that you can use that no one else can use. As well as the top members will get one live stream a month. So far, this is where we're going right now. So one live stream a month. That's going to be a private live stream only to them, and then posts and stuff like that that I can send out. That's only to them. I'm gonna be opening up other stuff in the future when it comes to membership, but right now that's where we are. Now this is not going to change anything when it comes to the channel. The channel is going to stay exactly the same. Okay, so I'm still going to be doing daily videos. I'm still going to be doing live streams on the weekend. So I'm not changing anything. I'm just adding to. So if you want more of me, then join the membership and you can get more of me. Also, the top members will have a private Discord. So there'll be a Discord section on our Discord where you can just chat with me and stuff like that, and it'll be private. So it won't be a lot of people. If you could imagine the amount of comments that I get on videos, the amount of questions that I get in the Discord, private chats, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff a lot of stuff going on, and so I can't always answer questions. I can't always answer comments, unfortunately. But if you are a member, then you do get priority when it comes to that. That's the only thing. So when it comes, like, if you have something serious, now I do my best. Especially in the Discord. There was someone that asked me earlier today. They wanted to know a little bit more about credit, how to build their credit. I answer questions. If you're in the Discord and you ask me a question in private, I will answer that question. Okay, I will address all those questions. But we will have a private section for members as well. All right, let's see. Where are we right now? All right, I'm going to go in the chat and see what's going on in here. See what you guys are talking about. And then at the very end, we're going to do a tour. So I'm going to show you guys my setup so you guys can see how I do things, how I bring this live stream to you guys. And you're probably going to be surprised because a lot of people just think, oh, you know what? He just has a camera and a monitor and of course this big mic, and that's it. There's a lot that goes into this. A lot more than you would anticipate. Gene, thank you very much for joining the family. I appreciate that. Let's see, and we have one more. Born Beauty Star. Thank you for joining the family. I really appreciate that. And I know Born Beauty is in our Discord because I've seen her in there before. Gene, I'm not sure if Gene's in the Discord, but thank you guys both for becoming members. All right, let's see. Also, just like with Super Chats, members will get priority just for if they have questions in the chat, okay? Now, like I said, we're going to go through all the questions. I will answer questions. If you put @TEC, I will address your question. but like with super chats, you kind of get priority if you're a super chat. So the same thing with members. Let's see. And Larry King saying, hey, I hope we get a second stimulus check. Yeah, I'm hoping that happens. And I mean, I'm amazed at how things are really so bad right now when it comes to just some of the things. I'm really shocked at the fact that I guess we'll see when the election in November what the results of just the lack of any movement. We'll see that in November. We'll see how people respond or to this stuff. But this is crazy. Like I usually politicians in my mind, they're a little more cautious and they really want to make sure that they don't have to worry about things like people not voting or people voting against them because things aren't getting done. Usually they're a little more cautious about that, or a little more sensitive, I guess you could say, about that. And then they will go ahead and move forward with stuff because of that. But now it's just like, I don't know. They just don't care, I guess. I don't know what's going on. And maybe part of that is because in the negotiations, you have people, two people, Stephen Mnuchin and Mark Meadows, who are not elected officials. So they're not out there right now campaigning. They're not answering to the people when it comes to when it comes to getting votes. You have Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. Yes, they are elected politicians. But on the other side, you don't have anyone elected in the room. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's a big problem. And that's why I think Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer should be demanding. They should be demanding that at the very least, Mitch McConnell be in the room. And then once they start working on some deals, have President Trump come in the room. Because they're elected officials and they have to answer to the people. And if they have to answer to the people, they're going to go along with certain things that they might, if you weren't answering to the people, you wouldn't go along with, because you don't really care, right? So I think that's part of the problem why there's so much gridlock right now, because you don't have anybody representing the people on one side. You have it on one side, but you don't have it on the other side. So yeah, just crazy. Let's see. Let me go through these real quick, and then we're going to open up I'm going to show you guys my little setup here. And I will walk you through everything. Now, what I wanted to do, but I didn't, is I wanted to list everything. And so what I'll do is after I'm done with this, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have a list of all the stuff that I use. So if you're ever interested in doing a live stream, you don't have to have all this stuff, but at least you'll know what I'm using. All right. Keisha, what's going on? Let's see here. So if you have questions, just put at TEC or at Travel Explorer click. Kenneth, I was trying to say click and Kenneth at the same time. Kenneth, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Let's see. What do you think about the Fed wanting to institute a digital dollar? I have not looked into that. I need to look into that more. Some kind of like crypto, I guess, for stimulus checks, I guess. I haven't looked into it enough, so I have to look in, and then I can give you we can talk in the Discord later on about that. But yeah, that would be interesting. Let's see, when are you going to run for president? Like Kanye West, right? Yeah, no plans to do that. I do like politics, you guys know that. And I don't know. Presidency, it's crazy. It's a lot of work and a lot of scrutiny. Let's see. When are we going to get some money? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. Before and there are plenty of people out there saying, yes, you know what? It's going to be late August. I was one of the people saying that if things get done, because I've always been on the cautious side. Okay, you have different people giving out different information. I've always been pretty cautious when it comes to not saying that something's confirmed. When it comes to stimulus checks, we heard a lot of people come out and say, Stimulus checks confirmed. $1,200 stimulus checks confirmed. Oh, why is it confirmed? It's confirmed because Trump wants it, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer want it, and Mitch McConnell want it. So it's confirmed. It's never confirmed until it's approved and signed. And so I made sure, and if you go back, just go back a couple of weeks, you'll see the videos that I put out where I'm telling you guys that yes, we should not be saying that this is confirmed because we don't know that it's confirmed. And then people were confirming dates, confirmed dates, late August or August 7th is when it will be confirmed, like because that's when the Senate goes on recess. No, that doesn't mean anything, right? It has to be approved first. And so, yeah, the answer to that question, Amos, I don't know. I don't know. Right now, we're looking at, if you want to look at time frames, we're looking at the Democrats, the House Representatives. They might come back a little early, so they might come back on the 24th. They might work out some stuff. They don't come back from recess officially. The senators won't come back until September 8th. So once they come back, then maybe something will happen at that point. But then we have to talk about the budget. That's going to be another big debate. It's going to be the budget that they're going to have to get approved by the end of September. So that's another whole issue, and that's always a fight, always a fight. So we're gonna have things going on in September, not that are not stimulus check related or stimulus package related. Let's see. Everyone show some love by hitting the like button. Thank you very much, Sherry. I appreciate that. And so just so you guys know, when I launch a live stream, so when I say that a live stream is going to be going live, if you guys see it, if I'm sitting at my desk, I usually have my chat open. And when you guys see the studio or my little tour, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I have my chat open. So if you guys are commenting in there, like I can see it sometimes and I'll get in there and I'll chat. So if I'm sitting at my desk, I'll chat. So like I was chatting with Sherry earlier. So just so you know that. So if you come in the room and it's before the live stream, it might be hours before the live stream. If you chat something, if I see it, I will respond to it or answer your question. So if because what happens is like now there's so many people in here, I can only answer a few questions. I can't just answer everything because there's just way too many questions. But if you do come in early, if you have a question, I might be able to answer that question. All right, let's see. Let's see, guys asking, do you think McConnell and Trump will go to the negotiation table? I hope so. I think really what should happen is I think Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer should be pushing for this. Like, I don't know why they're not. I know that we all know they don't get along. Like, we know that Trump, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, they don't get along. And I don't even know if Trump and Mitch McConnell get along, to be honest with you. But so the fact that they don't get along this is a job that you have to do. So I would hope that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer would push for Trump to be in that room. Because like I said, Trump does not want to leave the room without getting a deal done. So that means that he will probably, I don't want to say cave, but he'll probably give in to some of the things that Democrats want just because he wants to come out and say we got a deal done. That's the big thing. And that's why I think they should be demanding that he be in the room because of that. And if he can't get a deal, that's really going to look bad on him. So I think he doesn't want to be in the room because if a deal doesn't get made or a deal doesn't get done, then it makes him look bad. The art of the deal, it just doesn't look good for him. But he's got to put that aside. You got to put ego aside when it comes down to it. And you need to come to the table for the American people. You're the president. You're not the businessman anymore. You're actually the president, where you have to help all the people. It's not just about helping your business. It's about helping everyone. Okay, whether you be a Democrat, Republican, whether you're blue state, red state, you're here you need to help everyone. So you need to come to the table and fight for. I mean, because look at it this way. Like and this is my opinion, but he's not fighting for the people right now. Yeah, he's putting out tweets, and yeah, he's saying things in press conferences about how the Democrats don't want to do this and the Democrats don't want to do that, but he's not fighting for the people because he's not coming to the table. And so if you're really fighting for the people, you're going to do everything that you can in your power in order to get something done. And the first thing you would do is come to the table. That's just the way that I see things, right? I don't see it. I don't see someone. I wouldn't personally, and let's just take Trump out of it, but let's just look at a person in general. Let's say it's your boss or your attorney or whatever. I don't know. You see that person fighting for you if they come to the table. But if that, let's say it's your attorney and you're going through some kind of civil suit or something like that, and you have an attorney that's just doing everything over the phone, and they're not even meeting with you, they're not meeting with the other side, they're just they have surrogates that go in and do stuff for you, and you're paying this person, this attorney. You would at some point you'd be like, this person's not fighting for me. They're not even going to the table. They're not even going to court. They're not doing anything. So when it comes down to it, if you really want to show that you're fighting for the people, you're going to meet with the other side. That's your job. All right. Let's see. We'll go ahead and move on down here. All right, I want to get through this so I can show you this tour. Let's see. Will the people that are paying child support and they are taking... So when it comes to child support, we have to wait and see what's going to happen with the next stimulus check. Like, what is it? Where are they taking this from? As of right now, the HEALS Act does not have that provision in there. So the child support, if you owe back child support, yes, you will not be able to get another stimulus check. But we need to see what comes out in the bill. I don't want to jump the gun and tell you, yeah, you know what, you're fine or you're not. I don't know. So once we get that information, once we get that language, then we'll be able to let you know. I'll be the first to let you know. Okay. Let's move on down. And so for those of you guys that don't know, if you're checking out, all you need to do is look at Streamlabs. If you see Streamlabs in the chat, usually there's information on there for joining the membership group, for the, what's the other one? Subscribing to the channel, of course, and then the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, we're going to be doing a giveaway right after this show. We're going to go over there, and I'm going to announce a $50 giveaway. You need to have Cash App in order to do the giveaway, or to get the giveaway. Okay, Michelle, let's see. What's the Pelosi acting on the UPS separate bill? Do you think to the House and Senate will settle for quickly than the stimulus for the Americans? Wait, let me read this one more time. Let's see. We'll settle. So, and I think what you're asking here, if they do that separate bill for the U.S. Postal Service, do you think the House and the Senate will settle quickly? And then for this, so I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but let me just kind of sum it up by this. So I'm a little afraid if they do go alone with the Postal Service funding, because if they do go along with the Postal Service funding and it goes through, then there might not be the urgency to move forward with the stimulus package, because one of the main things that they're pushing for right now, and I you know what, honestly, I don't think the Republicans are going to go for it. Because the Republicans see that Postal Service money as leverage. So of course they're going to keep playing back and forth, right? The Democrats see leverage in the stimulus checks because they know that if President Trump needs those stimulus checks, he needs the stimulus checks to go out. He needs those direct payments to go out. So the Democrats can use that as leverage. And so the Postal Service money is also leverage. And so I think the Republicans are not going to go for just a package that just has that in there. So it probably won't happen. But if it does happen and it goes through, That would probably be a bad news for stimulus checks in my mind, or the stimulus package getting done sooner than later. All right, let's move on through. Yes, David for president. All right, guys, let's see. And I want to show you guys the studio, so I want to make sure I get through these fast. I think we're at the bottom here. Let's see. All right. Oh, screen just flickered here. Okay, so, and guys asking about the enhanced unemployment, that he heard that South Dakota turned down the enhanced unemployment. Have you heard about that? I have not. There's a map that's out. I don't know if I can pull it up. There's a map that's out that shows you what states are kind of on the fence and what states are for the enhanced unemployment. And there are a lot of states that are kind of on the fence. Now, when the $300 is still going out, so that will go out regardless. It's just going to be the additional funding. So that additional $100, that's what they'd be talking about. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick here. And this is probably not the most up-to-date map. I'm sure there's more information out there. Yeah, I haven't looked at this before, so I don't know if this is it. You know what? We'll pull that up tomorrow. That'll be a part of the show tomorrow, because I want to make sure I give you guys good information. I don't want to look at something and it's old and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So yeah, we'll pull that up tomorrow. But what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna open up my screen so you guys can see, or open up my other camera so you guys can see what I'm looking at when I shoot my videos. So while I'm doing this, if you guys have not hit that like button, please do that. And we'll come back and we'll answer a few more questions at the end. So if you do have questions and I missed it, then I'll go there and get those questions now. Now, this makes my screen a little, or makes my video a little slower. I don't know why it's doing that. So if you're experiencing some problems, it's because of that. So I apologize now. Like, see, I'm probably jerky. I see that in the screen that I'm jerky. So I'm imagining it looks like that for you guys as well. Okay, so we're gonna switch over now. This is what my set looks like. Let me make sure everything is tidy, nice and neat. Okay. All right, let's go. Ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. All right. All right, all right, all right. Can you guys hear me? I'm frozen again. Can you see me? No. It says end stream. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know down below. All right, so I apologize, guys. You know what? I need to take this computer back. I've been having this problem. I hope it doesn't happen again before the end of the show, but the computer just shuts down. It just shuts down. And so it's been doing this. I rebooted everything, like not rebooted, but I reinstall the operating system and everything, and it continues to do that. So I'm going to have to take it back because that just will not work. I can't do this. I got to be on live. I want to be on the whole time and not have this just drop out of nowhere. So am I still frozen? Let me know if you can see me and you can hear me. All right. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna try this again. Let's see. Do I even have that already set up? I might still. No, it's not set up anymore. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set it up, and then we'll get it going. So frustrating dealing with computers. Oh man, it's just one of those things. I do not like dealing with computers. I mean, they're great when they're working, but when they stop working, it's just a mess. Just headaches. All right. Oh God. Let me let me do that one more time. Let's add this again. Yeah, don't know why I'm having issues like that. I guess I could take it to have them fix it or look at it, but I'm just over it. I just bought this computer like 2 days ago, or 2 days. When did I buy this? A week ago, a week and a half ago. So I would just rather get another computer and not have to deal with waiting for him to fix it and bring it back. Okay, so this should work. Boom. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. I had to turn the audio off for this camera. So here we go. We'll start from the right and we'll work our way around. And I have some other things that I can show you guys. I just need to move the camera around in order to do that. So first thing here, this is just a docking station basically for my SD cards. So I use these micro SD cards, the little small ones, and I just plug them in here, just like little cartridges, and that will allow me to do all my edits and everything. Now I do everything through my computer, so when I'm shooting my video, everything is through the computer. So that's how I do that. So that's what this is. This is pretty nice little setup, and you just slide the little cards inside there. Now I can change this and have different, like if I want to use the regular SD cards, I can put them in there like that. I just need to get another cartridge for that. This monitor here, this is a AOC. I absolutely hated this monitor for a long time, but I decided, nope, no sound. You guys still can't hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Hear you loud and clear. All right, somebody needs to unmute their YouTube, their thing. Okay, so this monitor here, I hated this thing. I bought it about a year ago, and I never used it, but I like it for what I'm doing now. It's perfect because it has a little stand, and it just sits up on your desk, and so I can sit it sideways, and I can have my chat going. So that's why I'm telling you, when I do launch a video, like when I launch for a live stream, I can open up the chat early. You guys can chat early. So if I'm sitting at my desk, I can see the chat moving, and then I can answer questions and stuff before we do a live stream. So if I am sitting at my desk, I'm usually answering questions. Speakers, have 2 speakers on each side, just little cheap speakers I got at Walmart. Stream Deck, which I don't know if I'm going to be using this anytime soon because this might be part of the problem. I don't know. When I installed the software here, that's when I started really having problems with the shutting down. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I have a mouse here and a mouse here. You're asking, why do you have 2 mice or whatever? Why do you have 2 of them? This one has a wire, it's wired in, And you always have to have that contingency plan, right? You have to have things that are wired in because sometimes the wireless stuff doesn't work. And so that's why I have that. I use this mostly, especially if I'm doing a live stream, because I don't have to move my arms around when I'm going back and forth. All I need to do is just scroll with my thumb, so I don't have to move my hand. Plus, it's a lot faster. I can move up to all my screens, and I'll show you all my screens later because there's a screen up top too that you can't see right now. So I'll move the camera. What else? What else? Okay. So this right here, this is a teleprompter. And ideally the way it works is you have your phone, you slide your phone in here, but I have to pull this down to slide my phone in. I don't like doing that. So I just have a little stand here and I just point it up towards it's like a mirror. So you have a mirror, like a two-way mirror inside. And so I can see things. Now I don't go off the teleprompter. I don't read anything off the teleprompter. The only thing I'll do is there's certain times if I want to remember certain things, then I'll have bullet points and I'll have them on there so I can see, and it kind of keeps me on track. I'm using the Sony A7R III with a 35 millimeter. It's a Rokinon lens. It's a autofocus. Not all Rokinons are autofocus, so this one does have autofocus on it. And so that's why I got that one. This is a great lens. It's an f1.4. So that's why the background, if you're looking at the background, it's all blurry. That's why it looks like that, because I guess you could see me down in the corner here. So if you're wondering what I'm saying, so the background gets all blurry, and that's because of that f1.4, and I run it at f1.4. USB, just have a little USB thing here that I use for plugging in some extra stuff. Now I have another USB over here in the corner where I plug a lot of my stuff into. What else? What else? Oh, the big monitor here, 32-inch widescreen, and that's great because it allows me to kind of pull these down. I can have two screens going, and it's like a dual monitor basically. So I can have one side with one screen and another side with another screen. Or I can just have it a wide screen here showing everything. So that's that. Now, if we move this up just a little bit, you'll see I have another monitor up here, and this is where I see all the information, the YouTube information, the likes and all that stuff. So I put all that stuff up there. Up above my camera, I have a small HD. It's just a LED screen, so I can monitor myself from there. I don't usually have that on. I usually keep it off. I don't need it because I can see myself on the screen, so I don't have to use that monitor. And then if we go up a little higher, we have this. If you could kind of see, there's a pole. It's a C-stand. So you have a C-stand here, and you have another bar that comes across. I have this mic here. I don't use this mic very often. Obviously, I'm using the big mic, but I will use this from time to time when I'm shooting videos, just to give me some better quality. Actually, really not even better quality. It's better quality using, and you guys can't even see the mic I'm talking about, but the mic that I normally use. It's better quality using this mic, but sometimes I will use this, or I'll use both at the same time, because if I use both at the same time, in case I have an issue or I hit. Like if I hit this mic, it makes noise. Well, then I have clean audio coming from there, so it just kind of gives me extra added protection, I guess. It comes down to it. I also have up here, and you can't really see it. Well, yeah, this light. I use this light only if I'm doing something where I'm shooting down. I have a camera that I can hook up to the top. If I want to shoot down, I'll turn this light on sometimes just to give me a little bit more light on my desk because it's not that bright down here. And then if you guys are looking in the corner here, I have this is just a paper backdrop. So that way I can change the colors and all that stuff if I want to do that. I use that when I'm taking pictures for like my thumbnails and stuff. I'll use that. And you see the curtain in the back. That is a blackout curtain. So it's very important to black out everything. So you don't want to have anything in the background, or not background. You want the color the lighting to stay the same. So if it's daylight outside, I can black everything out, so it will always look the same. It'll never change. I think that's pretty much it. Right down here, other side of my desk here, I have my mix pre. This is what I use for my audio. So it goes right into my my mic, and I can make adjustments here. Just turn them up, turn them down. So that's what I use there, and then just the rest of the stuff that I have on my desk here. That's it. My notes, and that's it. My drink. That's all. So just wanted to show you guys that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot. We can talk about it. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. People are always asking me about how you get your setup and all that good stuff. So I wanted to show you guys. So hopefully you found that useful. Let me get this thing the way it need to be. Where are we here? There we go. All right. Okay, so I will put a link in the description of all the stuff that we just went over right now. So you guys can check it out. But yeah, that's how I run the live stream. So if you're thinking, oh yeah, it's easy, you know, it's not hard. No, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff I have going on at one time. So it does get a little overwhelming sometimes where I'm looking at different things. So that's why if I miss a super chat or I miss something, I apologize, but sometimes I'm not able to see everything because I'm trying to focus on certain things. So that's it. That's it. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Let's see. Do you guys have any questions? Just go ahead and put it in the chat. We'll talk about. I'll answer some of the questions now. I'm hoping my computer stays going and doesn't just shut down again. Yeah, that is so frustrating. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it back and get another computer, but we'll just have to figure out what we're gonna get. Like I never had this happen to me on a laptop. I don't know why. This is the first desktop that I bought in a long time, and yeah, it's having these issues. If you guys know anything about what is this called, it's a ROG. It's a Asus ROG Strix or something like that. I don't know. It's a gaming laptop or gaming desktop, and I got it because I wanted the power. I needed the power, so that's why I picked it up. But I can't work like this. Like it's gotta stay on. It can't just shut down, and it's been doing it for the last couple of days. Okay. Setup is nice. Can you give us a demonstration of how you make and eat your... Come on, who is this DJ guy? Always in here talking about breakfast. Just trolling, man, just trolling. Come on, man. Come on, man, what? You guys got to give me more information. All right. And guys saying it looks like a lot of work. It can be. Yes, it can be. It's worth it, though. I enjoy doing videos. It's just I wanted to like I said, I have a lot of people ask me about what is going on in the, what does it look like and all that. So that's why I wanted to show it. Let's see. We hungry? Okay. Let's see. And guys saying it could be the internet. No, it's not the internet. My computer completely shuts down. It goes black, and then it resets, restarts, and then turns back on. So it's not the internet, and it doesn't happen to any of my other computers. Like I have laptops, but it doesn't affect those. So yeah, my computer completely shuts down. Let's see. And it was worse before, and then I reinstalled. I mean, it could be something when it comes to software that's causing it, but I don't know. I have that software on my other computers too, so I don't know why it would be just this computer that's doing that. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to put it in the chat. Okay, let's see. Will we pay back the payroll tax or tax returns next year? That's Kevin asking that question. That's open. That's we don't know. We don't know. It's going to start September 1st. Not all businesses are going to jump on board to do this. Well, we're going to know more information coming in the near future. We'll know more information because some businesses aren't going to go for this because yes, it's right now it's a loan, so that means that you have to pay it back. It has to be forgiven by Congress. So that's one of those things where some businesses are going to be like, yeah, you know what, we're not going to do that because they don't want to have to pay that because they're withholding. They're withholding our payroll tax and then they're sending it to the federal government. So if they just allow us to get it and then they get stuck having to pay it, obviously they're gonna pass a cost on to us. The businesses are gonna say, okay, well look, you know what, we have to raise your payroll tax, and it's not gonna be 6.2%. It's gonna be double that. So let's see, guys saying try a hard reset could take care of the issue. I did well, I don't know if I did. I don't know if that's considered a hard reset, but I did a reset in the sense that I did keep the same software apps on there, but it uninstalled everything and then it just reset everything. I didn't do it like a clean reset. But the thing is, it was good for a couple of days once I did that, and then it went back to it again. So maybe I will do just a complete wipe of everything and start it back up and see. I mean, I really don't want to have to take it back, but then I also have that time frame that I need to get it back in. So I would much rather get it in before, just in case there isn't a real problem with it. Let's see. All right, guys, go ahead and put it in the chat. If you have any questions, we'll be on here for another 5 minutes, and then we're going to go over to the Discord. So go make sure you join the Discord. We're doing giveaway, $50 giveaway, and we'll be doing that. And we'll start at 8:30. So 8:30 between 8:30 and 9 p.m. We'll be over there, and I will be announcing a winner. So you want to make sure you go over there. Now the way it works, just so you know, for people who are new, join the Discord, go to the stimulus check update room, and I will just be announcing the next person. And there's a good idea. Can't remember your name. Aziza. Aziza gave this not good information, a good idea. So what I'm going to do is tell you to put your Cash App ID and a certain emoji. I'm not going to tell you what the emoji is until I actually announce it. So what I'll do is I'll say the first person who puts their Cash App ID and this emoji, I'll show you what the emoji is, gets $50. And so that means that you're going to put your Cash App ID and then you're going to have to find the emoji and put it in there. The only reason that I'm doing it that way, well, one, it's a good idea. Two, it's some people just already, they copy and paste their Cash App ID, which is fine, but they're just waiting with the Cash App ID. Now they're going to have to go in and do a little additional thing there. So just makes it a little more challenging, I think. All right, so we'll be doing that. So make sure you go over to the Discord. I'll post the link one more time so you guys can check it out. You have a little bit of time. Do I still have that open? Everything's shut down, so I don't know what's open and what's not. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's see here. All right. So this is the Discord. Just click on that link. It'll take you over there and join. It's free. And you will be able to enter into the giveaway. All right, let's see. Any other questions? Any info on dependent pay for people? Okay, so I talked about that earlier. Oh, I had a baby in 2020. No, I didn't talk about that. And filed taxes in 2019. So if you had a baby in 2020, you don't, that dependent it doesn't apply, unfortunately. So I think the way that they were going to do it, if it does apply, it would be you have to file your taxes in 2021, your 2020 taxes in 2021 in order to get anything. But I don't know if that's even a part of it, the way that they have it set up. I am not sure. I think you can. Yeah, I think you actually can, because what they're doing is they're advancing our credit, our 2020 credit. They're advancing it to us now. So that's what they're doing. So yeah, you will still qualify, but it's not going to be until you file your taxes in 2021. So when you file your 2020 taxes, you'll get that additional $500. I think that's the way that they're working it. Let's see. Any questions? Any questions? So Born Beauty's asking, when is unemployment coming? So they said in the next couple of weeks. That's what Stephen Mnuchin said just a couple of days ago. And it's going to depend on your state too. I'm sure whatever states are going to have to come online and do some stuff. So they made a little adjustments, right? So anyone making $100 or less is not going to qualify. So that means that the state systems they're going to have to change those systems up. And so that might take a little bit of time. Stephen Mnuchin said that he thinks that most states will be on board by he said a week, and then he said 2 weeks. So you're probably better off looking at the 2 weeks, or you're probably safer to look at it at the 2 week mark for most states, not all states. Let's see. Trisha says she's not getting any sound. You should be getting sound. I'm seeing sound come through. So let's see. Wilma said you're the only one that I'll listen to. Thank you, Wilma. I appreciate that. Oh, now there is sound. Okay. I don't know with the sound, if it's going in and out, it should be fine. But if it is, I appreciate you guys letting me know that. That does help out, because I will check things sometimes. I don't have something set up and I forget. So all right. And guys say, yeah, they're going by the tax filing is 2019. Well, I don't know exactly. I know I would have to look more into that. We'll come back on tomorrow and talk more about it. But I know they're forwarding our 2020 taxes, like a credit that we receive in our 2020 taxes. That's what they're looking at. The only reason that they're talking about 2018, 2019, they're using that to see if we qualify. But I think you can still file, because it's officially it's your 2020 taxes that will your 2020 taxes is what they're looking, or not looking at. Your 2020 taxes is what is getting fronted to you now, if it makes sense. So they're giving you a tax credit. They're giving it to you early. So if you don't get this tax, if I didn't get my $1,200 stimulus check, I can still get that $1,200 stimulus check when I file my taxes in 2020 or 2021. So for my 2020 taxes, I can get a stimulus check if I don't receive one now, if that makes sense. So with dependents and everything, I'm almost certain, I will do some research tonight, but I'm almost certain that you can still get that dependent pay. So if you have a child in 2020, you could still apply and get as long as it was before you receive your stimulus check, like before they sign the bill. Yeah, I'll have to double check. I don't want to give you wrong information. So all right, guys, any other questions? Let's see. When are you going to show where you're traveling? Want to see pics? When am I going to show where you traveling? So I'm not traveling anywhere anytime soon, but other videos, I am going to start putting some videos together, editing videos of my travels last year and this year up until February. I will start putting those videos out. So once I get a computer that works, then I'll start doing that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and call it. It's about 8:30 now, and like I said, go over to the Discord. We'll do a drawing over there, a giveaway over there. So thank you guys all for stopping by. I really appreciate your support and your patience. I apologize for the outage earlier. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I am definitely gonna have to get another computer or get something. I don't even want to wait. Like, I just want to get another computer because I have a live stream due tomorrow. So that's going to be something that I'm going to have to figure out. But anyway, thank you guys all for stopping by. Go over to the Discord. We'll be over there hanging out. We'll give away $50, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye.